let's talk about these prelims. Let's talk about the prelim headliner between Lupita, Loopy, Godinez, and Elise Reed. Elise Reed, you know, it's just a girl that I haven't always gotten her fights right in the UFC. I've struggled at times to read, um, what her performances were going to look like. I actually bet Corey McKenna um, as a parlay piece, I think, against Elise Reed back in the day. One of the only parlay legs I've ever lost on a fighter on this card, which is why I thought that was funny. But in any case, Corey McKenna's tiny, right? Just really undersized. I think that might have been Corey McKenna's UFC debut. If I'm wrong, it was her second fight within the organization. And that's correct. It was her second fight. So in her sophomore outing, dropped a split decision there, didn't wrestle nearly as much as she needed to win that fight. Women that have wrestled with her, they've had a ton of success. Loma Lukbunmi took her down, submitted her in the second round. Sam Hughes, elbows from the mount, got the finish. Sajara Eubanks, ground and pound finish, almost busted her eye out. So for me, it all just strikes me as, Elise Reed don't want the fight to be on the floor, right? And she's going against a Canadian women's wrestling champion here. I think she's getting taken down. I think she's getting put on the floor. And I think Lupita Godinez, what she does really well is she can leverage that armbar series from the back mount. She's done it a few times. Mayor of Midville just hit that. Corey McKenna would have easily won if she grappled. Absolutely. Don't know what she was thinking there. So that was a really foolish one. Shout out to Mr. D as well. Says Loopy all day. That's how I feel. I'm not the biggest Loopy guy in the world. I've told people before, Loopy sometimes a little bit underwhelming, but then her last showing really told me a lot. Guys, Emily Ducati is a good fighter. Emily Ducati's got power on the feet. She's a competent grappler. I bet one unit there. And I thought that, a girl like Emily Ducati is not a pushover. So to go out there and get that win and mostly do it on the feet, that was really impressive to me. This fight, I feel like Loopy's got the clear advantage on the ground. And I think on the feet, she's very competitive with a girl like Elise Reed. So give me Loopy Godinez and probably via submission. Next up, this fight seems like a complete outlier, right? Roman Kopylov against Josh Fremd at UFC Noche. Oh boy. Shout out to Just Win Baby. Closing the door on that last fight says, just give Reed a reason to quit. Lupita Godinez finishes, says Contenders View. Madness says, Loopy dangerous in all areas. I think it will be too much for Reed, and I tend to agree with you, Madness. And Mayor of Midville says, Loopy actually has time to train for this fight as well. Huge factor. Loopy is one of these girls very insistent on getting back out there every 20 days, every 25 days, every month, these kind of things. So I feel like these are interesting spots, where you can get a girl who's coming in a little bit better rested now, as opposed to 20-day turnaround against Luana Carolina. Yeah, maybe that's the time to lay off. I agree with you there.